Hi, everybody. Bryan Norcross here on Monday evening, August 24th, 2020. 28 years to the day after Hurricane Andrew came ashore in South Dade. I'm going to talk about Tropical Storm Laura and Marco, but first, let's just remember that day 28 years ago. Here was the satellite image at 5:16 in the morning when the eye was right over Homestead, 20 miles south of Miami. If it had been just 12 miles farther north, this city would not be the same today. It was an amazingly close call for the heart of this metropolitan area, the economic heart, but of course it devastated all of South Dade and the Homestead area, and people still live with that memory today. And for the people that went through it, their lives hinge on Andrew, the days before and after Hurricane Andrew 28 years ago today. All right, let's talk about what's going on in the tropics now. Thankfully, Tropical Storm Laura is well to the south and moving away. We can see that the clouds are kind of wrapping around the center a bit now. So as of the 5 o'clock advisory, we don't have any stronger winds, still holding at 60 miles per hour. But the expectation is, as it moves here into the Gulf of Mexico, that the winds will pick up. Here on the southeast coast and the Keys, we've had strong winds today, and here we can see the cause of that. Look at these little lines here. Now, you look at them on the satellite, you say that doesn't look like much, or even this one down here in the Keys. But because they're powered by the tropical storm, they are amazing downpours with gusty winds, and that's what we were thinking was going to happen today. I actually thought that we might have a few more of these, but the ones we got, really, the rain really came down and the winds gusted up well over tropical storm strength. Here you see the model analyzes that. Look where the purples are. That's where the strongest wind is, and you see right now mostly Miami-Dade and the Keys here late in the afternoon, but some of the stronger winds made it up into Palm Beach County and points north as well. So here's what's going to happen as we go through the evening hours and into the overnight. The winds begin to move down the Keys. So now we're at about 2 o'clock in the morning here, and still the lower Keys are quite windy with the winds letting up here on the southeast coast. And by tomorrow morning, it all moves out as the storm moves into the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. Here we are now. Tomorrow now the winds are starting to already move into southeastern Louisiana. Landfall with this storm is expected late on Wednesday or early Thursday morning overnight, somewhere in the area of the border between Louisiana and Texas. But hurricane watches extend all the way from the mouth of Galveston Bay, just south of Houston, on over to southwest of New Orleans. And you can see that the winds are onshore here in the New Orleans metropolitan area, also Mississippi, over in Alabama, and a storm surge threat exists everywhere to the right of where that storm comes ashore, where the strong winds are pushing the Gulf water on up against the coast. So it's not all about the center. Storm surge is a big, big problem in this part of the Gulf Coast. So this is going to be a story through the day tomorrow into tomorrow night. And then also into Wednesday, of course, with the storm coming ashore Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Right now, it's forecast as a Category 2, but it could be stronger. And then it weakens over the Midwest and then kind of turns and heads out to sea. But by that time, it's a weaker storm, but heavy rain and flooding is something that's going to have to be watched with every system that goes that way. Here on the water vapor, look what we see. We have a big upper level low here, and we have this dip in the jet stream here, and in the middle is kind of a bubble of more favorable atmospheric conditions. Unfortunately, that's going to be over the Gulf of Mexico when Laura comes along. That's why we're thinking it will intensify. Right now, though, this system is tearing apart Marco. This is Marco up in here, so it's weakening significantly. So even though they do have some heavy rain, it's not a big, big threat to the Louisiana coast. Here you see the latest location of the center there, but the worst weather is well to the northeast. Heavy rain for the Florida Panhandle and Alabama. Top winds now estimated about 40 miles per hour, but all the winds are well to the east of the center. So thankfully, Louisiana is not taking a hard hit from this one, but unfortunately they probably will from some aspect of Laura when it comes along. As far as the hurricane season goes, the peak, of course, comes along on September 10th. Here we are on August 24th, and this is the point where the peak of the hurricane season begins. There you see where the National Hurricane Center plots the average number of storms on any given day. We are heading for that peak now. Good news, though, after we get past Laura, there's nothing immediately in the pipeline for the rest of this week. Of course, next week the odds increase, and we'll keep a close eye on it here. So remembering Andrew 28 years after that amazing day, and thanks to you for all of the people that wrote in to me today to remember that day with me. All right, stay with us on Local 10. Of course, we'll have the latest on local10.com and on Local 10 in South Florida, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.